Good morning, everyone. The time is now 10:01. Welcome to the Brooklyn Family Support Service Advisory Council. I'm Christopher D. Greif, the Correspondent Secretary, as well as the Chair of the Outreach Committee. We welcome you to another monthly of our Advisory Council meeting. Hope everyone's enjoying the weather today. Might be a little cool, but guess what? We still move on when it's cool or warm. Before I introduce Deborah Greif, the Chair of the Brooklyn Advisory Council, we have to follow housekeeping rules. And as we do have a high attendance number today, I like to remind everyone we do have some new update in the system. As a reminder, everyone, all your microphones should be muted. No one should unmute themselves unless you A, raise your hand, B, your name is called, and 3, unless there's something in an emergency. Please note the chat box is available also, and you can always address it to Deborah Greif, the Chair of the Advisory, Christopher D. Greif, the Correspondent Secretary, or someone from OPWDD if you need to speak to them privately. There is a private sector chat area in your system. Your microphones should be also available. You can also plug into your headphones. If you need to fix the setting, there is a setting button next to the microphone. Your camera is available if you would like to use it. Anyone who needs caption, please let me know. The caption is always available at all times. The transcript is also available at any time as duty noted. So I will remind everyone, please watch what you're saying because everything in the transcript is duty noted. So please use your words wisely. Also, as you are putting your name, your announcements, or information into the chat, there is a chat saving button located into the chat box station. Once you click on the chat, there is an arrow with a high capital A next to your right. Click on the download chat. But don't do it now because you might need it later. Before you leave the meeting, please save it. The chat box there will save whatever announcements you need or copied like you want. So that is something new. The hand raise is available with the smiley face. You click on it, there's a hand raise. The hand raise is always available to be used. For more, that's where captions are, is available, or any other device you need to adjust your system. This is the housekeeping rules. Always remember, if you have a question for the speaker or the chair or anyone who's speaking, please use your hand raise or put your comment into the chat. This is the housekeeping rules, and we remind you to please let's show courtesy. We have a very high attendance today, and I'd like to remind everyone, hand raise is very important. Before I introduce Deborah Greif, our chairperson, just to remind everyone, if you need to check other meetings locations, please visit the Brooklyn DD Council website. As I remind everyone, our website is not available at this time, and we will not be repeating that every time, but we may have to. So please make sure you visit the Brooklyn DD Council's website, which is on the bottom of the screen, bkddcouncil.org. On this. Right now, I'm going to remind everyone to please put your announcements into the chat at this time. And if you're just coming in, please put your name as well into the chat as well. So please, let's make that very clear. I'm going to ask Deborah Greif, the Chair of the Advisory Council, to introduce
Good morning,
our speaker.
everyone.
Ms. Greif?
I am thankful. I'm thanking everybody who has attended today. If you please make sure your name is in the chat. And I'm repeating it before I introduce our speaker. Our website right now is down, but it's going to be reconstructed and fixed. Right now, if you have important announcements, please send it to the Brooklyn DD Council, Brian Rothstein, and he will give the Brooklyn DD Council's website address very soon. Now, we're moving things around a little with the agenda because we don't have to stay exactly frozen in this. But I'd like to introduce someone I have known for a very, very long time. Our speaker is Miss Nan Earl Blackshear. I call her Nan. She is now the Director of Special Initiatives of Aging Connect for the New York City Department for the Aging. She will be soon making a presentation in reference to aging for the New York City. But I would like everyone to be aware also Ms. Blackshear understands disabilities, whether developmental or others, because in her previous life, working with the former Brooklyn Borough President Marty Markowitz, I was the co-chair for the disability committee with that borough president, and was my liaison, and we've worked together for many, many years to make sure we try to make Brooklyn as accessible as possible. For of course, everyone says yes, we are doing the development disabilities right now, but the important thing I want everybody else to be aware of, that we also, we fought for all disabilities, whether visible or hidden. As you also know, our population is aging. Now, when I was younger and Willowbrook was started, nobody thought that our population would age. Well, they have. Not just moms and dads and the siblings, but our children or family members with developmental disabilities. So I was so happy when Nan reached out to us and asked could she do a presentation, because I would like to make sure that since this is family support services, it's the services for our children. Yes, the Department of Aging can help us when our children are aging, but we, the parents, also need help and guidance too as we age. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Nan Blackshear. Are you there, Nan?
I am. Can everybody hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, this is a wonderful thing.
Yes.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody.
All right, I'm muting and go.
I didn't catch that last comment.
I said, good morning. It's now, I handed the meeting over to you to do your presentation. Christopher will help you with the sharing. Okay? So, with further ado, Nan Blackshear.
Thank you, Chairperson Greif. It's a pleasure being here. I'm going to start to share my screen. You will just give me 1 second. And I hope everyone can see my screen. And I don't know what happened to my presentation mode. Okay. Welcome everyone. My name's Nan Blackshear, and I am the Director of Special Initiatives in the Department for the Aging. I just want to make sure that we can see the correct screen. Do you see? There we go. Okay, now I've got it.
I can see it. I see it.
Okay, fantastic. So I just want to thank Chairperson Deborah Greif and Chris Greif for the opportunity to do this presentation on the many programs and services offered by the Department for the Aging. At one time, our nickname was DFDA. We now refer to ourselves as NYC Aging. So as you can see, this is a snapshot of our agenda. NYC Aging provides funding for services that support NYC's older adults and caregivers. And we do this through contracted community-based organizations. Today, we will speak to the age-inclusive services provided and resources available to older adults. Now, NYC Aging's mission is to eliminate ageism and ensure the dignity and quality of life of under 2 million older New Yorkers. The New York City Department for the Aging is deeply committed to helping older adults age in their homes and creating a community care approach that reflects a model age-inclusive city. Now, just before we get into NYC Aging's programs and services, we think it's worthwhile to give you a picture of what our older adult stats are compared to the rest of the country. New York City currently has approximately 1.77 million older New Yorkers aged 60 and above. Now, when you compare the age breakdown nationally to New York City, the numbers are very similar. However, New York City's older adults are more diverse than the national average, as the pie charts indicate. So it makes perfect sense to say why the city is called a melting pot. Now, this is a snapshot of the many, many services NYC Aging provides. Now, we will speak about these services today.
Excuse me, Dan. I'm sorry to interrupt, but somebody just came to my chat. It's telling me that your PowerPoint is not changed the screen yet.
It hasn't changed its screen.
I mean, you didn't. Somebody
You
saying
didn't roll.
it
It's
didn't go
still
to
on the New York City Department for the Aging. That's the problem. Did you go further down?
Okay, yeah, I have been switching the screen. It's not switching.
No.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure what's causing that. But I'll tell you what I will do. I will continue with my presentation. And what's going to happen at the end of the presentation, I will be giving you a copy of this PowerPoint as a PDF. I will be sending it to your chairperson and Chris for them to give to everyone else.
Okay.
Is that
I hope
acceptable?
That's, to me, it's completely acceptable. This has been happening lately, not with just your screen. There have been technical issues with the internet. Plus, they're doing major work around my building, so maybe that's also affecting it. But we will share it with everyone. You just need to email us at the BFSS@AC. With that, Nan, please continue. Thank you for being understanding. Thank you.
Oh, absolutely. And don't worry, everybody. You will get this deck afterwards. All right. So some of the programs that I was talking about that we have are older adult centers, case management, home delivered meals, caregiver support, transportation, et cetera, et cetera. But don't you worry, I will be going into each of these areas during my presentation. Here, well, if you had my PowerPoint, you would see that there is a snapshot of the many, hang on one second. Now, the next thing that I was going to cover was our community care plan. And you may ask, why is community care important? Well, first, older adults thrive physically for longer periods of time compared to institutional care. Further, mental wellness is stronger when receiving supports and services at home. Second, older adults can find purpose and fulfillment through social and community connections, and they add to the economic vibrancy of their community, as well as enhance their community by participating, giving back, and or volunteering, such as with civic and faith-based organizations. And third, remaining at home is significantly less expensive age 60 and above, and each center offers a variety of activities that generally include art, dance, music, fitness classes, as well as walking clubs, classes to manage arthritis, diabetes, high blood pressure, and more through our NYC Aging Wellness Program. There are nutrition and educational/health workshops. There are screenings for Medicare, Medicaid, the SNAP benefit, as well as rent freeze. There are technology classes, congregate meals, and holiday celebrations. Now, if you would like to know the nearest older adult center in your neighborhood where you can locate activities, we have added to our website an activity finder. Let's say you're not just interested in your center or what's near you. You want to know what center offers Zumba classes or what center offers technology classes. Well, you go to our activity finder, which is located at www.nyc.gov/aging. And you type and you do your search, and it will give you a listing of all the centers that offer these classes. You can explore events by topic and category or by service provider, as well as resources available for older adult residents of New York City. And of course, you go to our website to find the closest older adult center to you, whether they are available virtually or in person. These activities are there at your fingertips. Now, I'm now going to go into case management. Do you or someone you know need assistance so that they can continue to enjoy living at home? The Department for the Aging works with case management agencies to provide in-home care for people ages 60 and above. If you or someone you know has a hard time leaving their home or managing daily tasks, help may be only a phone call away. Through case management, a caseworker or a social worker will perform a phone intake to determine eligibility for services and follow up with an in-home visit to review and coordinate those services. They help with the following: the evaluation of your benefits, authorize a home delivered meal by having access to 15 providers serving in 22 different catchment areas citywide, access to 5 borough-based agencies offering care, such as personal care as bathing and dressing, or housekeeping and home care through our program, through the ISEP program, which is Expanded In-Home Services for the Elderly, that's EISEP, or assisting with applications to Medicaid LTC programs. There's also counseling on long-term care issues, New York City Aging's free friendly visiting program. I'll talk more about that later in my presentation. And the case management offers referrals to additional resources such as Silver Bills, which offers bill payment management. All this is done through case management. The case manager works in partnership with the older adult to develop a care plan. They will speak with the older adult every 60 days to see how things are progressing and if there are any concerns or changes since the last time. Case managers don't charge for their time, but depending on your income, you will be asked to pay a fee or make a suggested contribution for types of services. All right, now case management in regards to home delivered meals. Since cooking and shopping can be difficult, New York City Aging contracts with community-based providers to deliver nutritious meals directly to older adults' homes. This program is for homebound individuals only, of course, with that magic number being 60 years of age and older. These are folks who are unable to prepare meals or does not have someone else who can help them prepare meals. Home delivered meals can be hot, frozen, or chilled, and may be delivered up to 7 days a week. Some meals can be customized to include low sodium, vegetarian, kosher, or culturally appropriate, depending on the area. A case management agency will authorize the type of meal and meal delivery. Now, you heard me say something about friendly visiting program. Well, in partnership with the Mayor's Office of Community Mental Health, The Department for the Aging runs our Friendly Visiting program that is designed specifically to build friendships and decrease social isolation. This program trains and matches volunteers with older adults to connect on a weekly basis. Friendly visiting is for traditionally homebound older adults who have ongoing health challenges that make it difficult for them to go out. Volunteers visit the older adult in their home by phone and video calls to talk about shared interests and experiences, forming friendships also in the process. They will visit a home usually once a week for about an hour. And we can say that our volunteers definitely enjoy connecting with their older adults, whether it be by phone or video call or in-person visit. Now, referral to these programs are made only through the case management program. Caregivers can also partake in this program. Now, I'm going to talk to you about NORCS. I would say, and right now I'm in presentation mode, so I can't see, but I would ask anybody who is familiar with what a NORC is. And if you're not, let me tell you what it stands for. NORC stands for Naturally Occurring Retirement Communities. They are multi-age housing developments or neighborhoods that were not originally built for older adults, but are now home to a significant number of them. A classic NORC, which we also refer to as a vertical NORC, is defined by the large number of older adults in a building or development. A neighborhood NORC, also known as a horizontal NORC, is defined by its geographical area. It is made up of both buildings and private homes. NORCs provide supportive services and programs that are provided for the residents. It includes health and wellness activities, help with benefits and entitlements, educational activities, and more. There is no application to enter a NORC since the idea is that the older adults in the community are aging in place. NYC Aging currently funds supported services programs at 36 NORCs throughout New York City. Caregiver support. Caring for someone can be stressful. Recognizing that you are a caregiver, of course, is the very first step in getting help. Through caregiver support programs, social workers offer information, referrals, respite, counseling on long-term care options, and more. You can get help if you are caring for someone age 60 and older with Alzheimer's disease or other dementias, or a chronic illness. You can also get help if you are age 55 or older, caring for a relative child or an adult with a disability. Please note, there is one caregiver program that specializes in serving the LGBTQ community, and there is another provider that focuses on serving the blind or visually disabled population. Transportation. Community-based transportation services are available for older adults without access to public transportation. This is separate from transportation offered solely for older adult center participants. Additionally, this free program runs independently of Access-a-Ride. Older adults living in what we call transit deserts can use our transportation services to a variety of locations and for essential medical appointments, social service appointments, and other occasional errands. In order to participate, an older adult must be at least 60 years of age. And all you need to do is to call our Aging Connect for a provider in your area. That telephone number I will give at the end of our presentation, or maybe close to the end of our presentation. Now, we have a unit in NYC Aging, which is our older adult workforce program. For 5 decades, NYC Aging have supported New Yorkers who are unemployed or underemployed find new opportunities where they can utilize their skills and knowledge. With several workforce program opportunities, participants can determine what is best for them, in addition to receiving the training they need to contribute to the offices they work in. These programs are Older Adult Employment Program, which prepares older adults aged 55 and older for today's job market through training and assistance. There is our Silver Corps program, which provides older adults with volunteer assignments.
Nan, this is Chris. Your microphone just went out.
Just froze.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you know what? Take off her sharing screen, see if that helps her.
I don't have control of that. She has that. I have to override her. Let's see.
Let's see. Sorry, everybody. But we will see that you do get the PowerPoint when she sends it to us.
Stop sharing. Okay.
Okay, Nanny, you there now?
I think her system just went out. She's not in the system.
Okay.
Until we can get back. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on.
Nanny, you there?
Hold on. Nan, this is Chris. We still don't hear you at all. It seems like your microphone might be going in and out, but it just went kaput.
Okay. Well,
I know
we get her
you got.
back. We'll have her finish the presentation as soon as we can get her back on.
Yeah, she's resetting her microphone. But at this time, Madam Chair, since we do have this will kill some time, also maybe help one bird with one stone. Can we let Brian do his report?
Sure. Brian, did you see my text and email? Good. Brian, ladies and gentlemen, Brian Rothstein's the chairperson of the Brooklyn DD Council. And before you say anything else, I want to thank you. I want everyone to know we want to thank you because you are helping us now. So I want everybody to know how much we appreciate that you're helping the advisory councils because of the issue with the website. So I want everyone to hear the thank you first. Now, you're on. Go ahead, my dear.
All right, thank you guys, and it's our pleasure. So everyone knows the BFSAC is having some website issues, so you can feel free go look at our website for the Brooklyn Council, bkddcouncil.org. Chris had posted it earlier. I put it in the chat earlier, but really it's just one main announcement, maybe two. Our next monthly council meeting is this coming Monday, 10 a.m. via Zoom. The link is on our website. It was emailed out a few times. I know many of you are on our email list as well. But the big announcement that we have is that the Brooklyn Family Support Fair will be returning this June, Wednesday, June 5th, from 9 to 2 p.m. back at Brooklyn College in the Student Center. Save the dates have gone out as of last week. We are finalizing the registration website, and hopefully that will be out by the end of this week, probably even sooner than the end of this week. But please save the date, Wednesday, June 5th, from 9 to 2 at Brooklyn College. The Brooklyn Family Support Fair will be returning for the first time since COVID. I believe that's all I have.
And just let everyone know, also, please make sure you visit the DD Council's calendar website. Normally, I was going to put the PowerPoint back up, but I don't know if Nan's coming back on. So
I'm leaving it off for safety. But it does have all the schedules of what subcommittees are coming up. So we ask you guys to please try to attend those as well. And Brian, I agree with Brian with the fair. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions for Brian? No one?
I think we're getting Nan back soon. But Nan, are you back?
Can you hear me?
Now we can. All right. But first, Brian, thank you again for listing about the fair. And please, everybody, we will get all the information to you soon. Just let us finish setting up the basic little housekeeping stuff we have to do for the fair. And please try to attend the subcommittees. You get a lot of great information, and we need to share this with everyone. All right, Nan, you ready? I'm going to
Okay.
mute.
Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to talk. I'm not even going to try to share. Is
Not a
that
problem.
fine?
That's
Okay.
fine.
All right.
It's okay.
All right. So we also have our foster grandparent program. And we ask if you know anyone who has a few extra hours weekly to spare. The foster grandparent program may just be for them. This program places low-income older adults aged 55 and above in community settings where they can mentor and care for children and young people. This program is for income-eligible older adult volunteers, and it also provides a small stipend. So if you are looking for whether a small stipend or to get back into the workforce, part-time, whatever, you can give us a call and we will connect you with our older adult workforce programs. All right, so I'm going to go into now our geriatric mental health services, which is also an initiative under the Mayor's Office of Community Mental Health. They provide mental health services in local communities by placing licensed health clinicians at older adult centers in all 5 boroughs. The mental health services offered in the centers include screenings to determine mental health needs, supportive and evidence-based therapeutic counseling, which can be individual, group, family, or couples counseling. There are engagement activities to raise awareness about mental health symptoms and concerns, as well as providing information and referrals. Our mental health services are available to all older New Yorkers aged 60 and above, and are provided by bilingual and bicultural licensed clinicians who speak the local community's spoken languages, which include Cantonese, Mandarin, Italian, Russian, and Spanish. You do not have to be an older adult center member to receive this service. Services are offered in person, virtually, or telephonically. Even though the programs are housed in many OACs citywide, older adults don't need to be an OAC participant, like I said, to receive the services. They only need to be 60 years of age and over. Legal support and tenant eviction support services. NYC Aging offers services such as legal assistance. We contract with local organizations to provide free legal services for older adults without access to private legal representation. Providers assist with issues that involve public benefits, long-term care, consumer protection matters, guardianship, and landlord-tenant issues. Additionally, we have a program which we call TESS. TESS stands for the Tenancy and Eviction Support Services, which provides case assistance / social work assistance to older adults at risk of being evicted. Currently, the program serves only the residents of Brooklyn and Manhattan. If you believe you qualify, ask the judge in charge of your case or visit the help center at the courthouse at the time of your hearing for a referral. Only the judge can refer you to the program. Now, we also have our minor residential repair program, which is sometimes referred to as home repairs. It's designed to assist low-income homeowners in maintaining their residences through residential repair and upkeep tasks. This program helps older adults remain safely in their homes by offering repairs such as installation of locks or smoke and carbon detectors, keeping the plumbing running, minor carpentry, adding home safety features such as handrails and grab bars. And those who are eligible, once again, has to be 60 years of age and over. They must own a 1 to 4 family home, co-op, or condo, and must be low to moderate income as defined by Section 8 income limits. To find out more about what repairs are covered, you can reach out to the program through our Aging Connect line. Okay, elder justice. Our agency partners, once again, with community-based programs to provide elder abuse victims with crisis intervention and safety planning. The programs also help victims compile evidence, work with authorities, and assist clients in seeking compensation through the New York State Office of Victim Services. Additionally, NYC Aging's Elderly Crime Victims Resource Center helps older victims of crimes committed by strangers. Crimes can be financial, physical, psychological, or emotional, or include neglect. These are the same crimes that are committed in elder abuse cases. Perpetrators who don't know their victims often target them through, I'm sure many of you have heard of these scams that involve IRS, a scam involving investments, home improvement, a charity scam, and other types of scams that are out there. It seems like every day they're coming up with a brand new scam. If you or someone you know is a victim, please call 311 or the Aging Connect number that you heard me mention earlier is 212-244-6469. Health Insurance Information Counseling and Assistance Program, which we call HICAP, operates under our Aging Connect unit. It has a team of certified volunteers and specialists who work directly with Medicare beneficiaries. They provide information on Medicare Parts A, B, C, and D, Medicaid, Medigap, and Medicare Advantage, EPIC, which stands for the Elderly Pharmaceutical Insurance Coverage Program. They also help with how Medicare works with retiree coverage, and it helps beneficiaries apply for extra help program to cover expenses. HICAP also provides public education and conducts outreach. Now, you heard me mention Aging Connect. That is the department or the unit in which I work within. And we are divided into several different areas. There is contact center. This is the center that you call to get a specialist who is available to assist anyone in roughly 200 languages. And they provide information and assist with navigating services. The contact center also manages agencies' incoming and outgoing correspondence from the mayor's office, 311, and our NYC Aging website. Now, New York Connect is also under Aging Connect. New York Connect provides information and assistance to both younger and older adults with a long-term disability. caregivers of older adults and parents of children with a disability, and professional service providers working with clients in need of long-term services and support. Then under Aging Connect is the High CAP program, which you heard me talk about earlier. And last but not least, and of course, my department, which is Special Initiatives, my department or my team basically manages a seasonal nutrition program, which is the Farmers Market Nutrition Program, which is conducted during the summer. We usually receive approximately 50,000 coupons that are distributed to over 360 plus older adult centers, NORCs, and some community-based organizations. These booklets are worth $25 and are given to older adults at OACs, NORCs, and CBOs. And they are for those who are 60 years of age and income eligible. My unit is also responsible for providing presentations, such as what you are seeing now, as well as doing tabling events. If you have an event that's coming up and you would benefit from NYC Aging being there, then you would reach out to me and my team, or better yet, you would go online to fill out a form, and my team is responsible for disseminating it throughout the agency to see if we have anyone available to attend your event. Now, last under Aging Connect is our volunteer program. The volunteer program is responsible for the recruitment and training of volunteers interested in volunteering with older adults and/or doing opportunities that assist them. It is also for older adult volunteers. It is through our Adopt an Older Adult Center initiative that they work with corporations and companies to have their employee volunteers adopt older adult centers and NORCs to do projects that benefit their membership or residents. Now, before we wrap up this presentation, I just want to say that Mayor Adams and our commissioner, Lorraine Cortez Vasquez, wants to remind you to update your COVID-19 and flu vaccines to protect yourselves and others against current variants. Also, if someone you know needs to talk to a professional about their mental health or substance use, please ask them to call or text 988 to get connected to free and confidential mental health support. Well, this completes my presentation. I want to thank you all again for the glitches and your patience in allowing me this time to do it. It has been a pleasure. If you have any questions, just let me know. And once again, that telephone number to reach out to a specialist is 212-244-6469. You can reach us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, or you can go to our website at nyc.gov/aging. Thank you, Chris, and thank you, Chairperson Greif.
You're welcome, Nan.
Very welcome.
And just to let anyone know, if you have a question for Nan, this is the time to put in your questions into the chat. I just said that already, like twice already into the chat. We also going to ask if you have questions, please raise your hand. Deborah, do you have a question for her? Chair of the advisory.
Yes, hi, Nan. I'm going to ask you one of my favorite questions. I do this to every agency, but especially the senior centers. How do we make sure they work with people's food allergies, because they could be life-threatening? And if they're not going to cooperate, what should we do? Oh, and also, many of us can't be vegan either. Nan, are you there? Chris, I think we lost Nan again.
No, her microphone. It seems like her computer's acting up again.
Okay, well,
Nan, your microphone just went out because I just heard a. I
well,
think. I think your. It might be your headphones must be functioning because we can't hear you. We can see your face, but you do freeze up.
where? Where is she? I don't see her.
I see her.
Okay, you have the bigger master system.
Because
Okay,
I'm looking at three directions. I can see her in three ways.
okay. Well, if she can't answer me now, which I'm not going to get upset, we can get back to everyone. And also, because I'm concerned,
Dan,
also,
if you get a chance, can you please put all that information, phone numbers, and links to the chat, please?
that'll be a big help because we're going to save the chat. Don't worry, we will.
The chat's already is saved once it's as I said before.
We understand. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. If she can't
Chat
answer,
someone asking me, but I'm just going to remind them that not every computer you can save the chat. It depends of what Windows systems do you have. Some people may have updated Windows.
okay.
They put it into the chat.
Okay. Thank you, Nan. And thank you for saying our names correctly. We appreciate it.
Call our agent connect for specials about food allergies. And she did put the phone number in, folks, as the number there. And of course, any information you need. Nan, can you also send your email, or who should they be emailing to if people have questions? And I hear a lot of people going kaboot and baboot.
Okay. Everybody, I know that you would like to ask her questions, so would we. And we will have Nan back when we'll have her back to other meetings. Also, any of the chairs of the subcommittees online, you can always invite Nan to do a presentation at your committees because, yes, a lot of parents are in the aging 60 and above. We appreciate that help. And yes, Nan, we will make sure that you're invited to the Brooklyn Family Support Fair. And we will let the other boroughs, who, if they're having a presentation or they're having fairs, I will let them know. So you're very welcome. Thank you for your presentation. Okay.
Nan, I mute you so you can reset your microphone again. Maybe without the headphones. Because it sounds like the headphones are maybe acting up. A lot of people are writing on the chat to you, Nan. They're saying thank you. But guys, to make it easier for Nan, because since she's having microphone issues, can you please put your questions into the chat for Nan, and she will answer your questions from there. It'll be quicker and a little faster. At this moment in time, Nan, thank you so much, because we should, and I see people are putting questions into the chat to you, Nan. We do have a lot of people saying thank you to you and asking for your email address again and your phone number and a picture autograph. And you know who that is. At this moment in time, Madam Chairperson, can you do your report? Because I know you have to, we got to try to get that. And Robin or Angela, if you have any OPWDD update, we'll get you right after Debbie.
Okay, I'm going to do my report. My first big report is, and I'll let Robin and Angela handle the rest. As you know, our commissioner, she's stepping down. We're going to miss her. The statewide advisory council, we were glad that she was able to appear I don't know if she was able to appear, but we did get a lot of important information at the moment. We are working with, the statewide is working on a lot of important updates. So let me get into that. First of all, we have been told from 2023 to 2024, we have a 4% increase provider rates, 75 million to a fifth of the COLA, 48 million going to increase for agencies. Now, we are able to check the budgets online. Now, we've also have asked for, because the role of the advisory council is very important. Remember, Family Support Services was started as a pilot project. And one of the first pilot projects was the reimbursement program, which ended up being very well. And then eventually they also started a pilot program, not just doing parents with the statewide from the 19 counties, then they started setting up local. Now, we're very glad about that. Yes, I know everybody has issues with the ADM for reimbursement. Again, I'm going to ask and also explain this. The issues and the frustrations you can email to me. But when it comes to the actual issue about how to fix this problem, please contact Robin Moody and Angela Blades in reference to that. My piece is to advocate, to let them know, and we are keeping tabs across the state of how much issues there are. Some of the issues we've had are, issues with the justification. There were changes done for the justification. The statewide advisory is working with the subcommittee from the Statewide Developmental Disability Advisory Council, known as DDAC. We are working with the health committee because what we would like to have is a justification form geared for our population for children with developmental disabilities when they need certain devices. I also requested that since a lot of our families, children may have Medicaid or Medicaid waiver, if you're turned down by the durable medical equipment or you need repairs, that we ask them for them to be aware of what the requirement for the durable medical equipment is, as well as their refusal or the timelines. Not that they're going to tell them they have to fix this, but by having this information, it'll make it easier for when we have to apply. When our child has a medical device that has to be fixed, can't be fixed, and you're asking for reimbursement to get it fixed quickly, and you have the justification, and you understand what the durable medical equipment office is for or what it is against. The other thing we want you to know is they're putting a $3 million to say they're going to assistive technology to stay home. We also know they're trying to set up a New York State employment to support employment first priority. As you know, they also put in they gave $1 million to Special Olympics, which is a great way for our population to be able to have recreation and make friends. Also, I want everybody to be aware of this in reference with the workforce. Myself and other parents brought up that since the income wages of a parent is not going to be the same of individuals who are working now, it's a higher wage. We're asking them to raise the threshold limit so that the child who won't have the mistake of collecting one more, if they collect one more dollar, then the person they collect under Social Security, this is a Social Security law, not OPWDD's law, then the individual can lose their Medicaid waiver and may have to go to a spend down. That is not something we want. Also, psychologically and socially, we have to make sure that the children or people who are working can handle that too. So we're working very hard. We're also going to talk with the Chief Disability Officer. Now, we also want them, they're bringing up about access to property. They're going to give $250,000 for the Olmstead Act. Wasn't explained very clearly, but I will get more information about it. But it's also, I want everyone to know that if and when we do get RFPs done for family support, I do know that reimbursement is still popular, even though there are issues. I'm aware. And I also know that agencies that do in-home repair, like adaptive equipment or like making the house or the apartment more accessible, is another priority. But if anybody has a thought, it has to be a family support program that is not in the waiver. Because we are only advocating and doing it over the family support programs. Now, we also want everybody we all have to work together. And please, again, remember, do not blame Angela Blades, Robin Mooney, any of our locals who did not set up the new ADM. Didn't at all. Yes, it's frustrating for all. And one of the other issues is that we know that sometimes the parents can't get the information, and sometimes it's same with the care managers. Not yelling at either side. All I'm saying is we all have to work together as a team. Please make sure you work with us. If you're having issues with the reimbursement program, please email me at bfssac@yahoo.com. But if it's actual, they're refusing, speak with Angela Blades through email. It's angela.blades@nyc.gov. No, nys.gov. It'll be fixed. It'll be on the chat. But I want everybody to be aware that we are also want to thank any of the parents and professionals that spoke during the public session. The next meeting is going to be on Wednesday, June 12th, from approximately 11 to 3. We are asking everybody to please come virtually. And yes, I did stay in New York City because it was my brother's birthday. Whoever thanked him, thank you. We appreciate it. But it is very important that we all work together to fix and keep family support programs intact. It is a very vital service. It does save the state so much money when we get the help to keep our children to live at home. I understand the frustration. Now, one other important thing for parent members who are of the advisory, before any of us, and this is for state, this is of course the whole state, we all have to fill out a conflict of interest form. Why? If my child gets services, say, from the Purple Agency, I don't sit on that RFP. I don't take it as an insult. I'm actually glad, because I want everybody to understand that when you have to when you do reviews or site visits, when we did them, it is best to have no conflict of interest. Like they say, a parent member sits on their board, even though it's not financial. We, of course, if we're happy with the agency, we want all the help they can get. But if we're angry, whether we're right or wrong, we want to shut it down. We can't do that. We have to be very, very careful. And we have to work together. And that's what a conflict of interest form is. The Advisory Council will be updating their bylaws very soon to be in compliance with the state bylaws for the statewide Family Support Service Advisory Council. All right, that's my basic one. As you know, we also work together with the Brooklyn DD Council. I also want to thank Rose Saul, because the two of us had a great presentation with PHP. Nick was great. He gave a great presentation. We families also have to keep talking to our legislators to explain why we need monies raised we need the raises for our direct care professionals, so that programs, whether they're in day whether it's either staying home or family support programs, we need the funding, but we need the staff to be paid well so that they can take care of our children whatever style program they're in. And yes, even if the budget passes and we're not happy, that doesn't mean to stop. We have to work all year round to keep and advocate to make sure they keep our family support programs funded. With that, if anybody has any questions, please raise your hand right now.
Or put your questions into the chat at this time also. Otherwise, just to let everyone know, thanks to Robin.
Thank you.
Thanks to Robin right now, just as Debbie was speaking, she did put Angela's email as well as Robin's, which I did repeat again because some of you said, what's the email? So I repeat it again. It's right there as well. So we do want to thank Deborah. So if you have any questions right now, this is the time. Otherwise, we'll move on to our agenda to Robin or Angela. If you have any updates or something you want to add in as I move. Oops, sorry.
We weren't given any updates. Usually that would be Lucy O'Mazey, but I don't know if she's at this meeting. we're not authorized to provide those reports.
Not
Sorry.
that, just for that update. I just asked any other
No,
things.
no, no. Okay, Robin, which big help would be from you is, and as well as Angela, is one, I know that you don't have any more updates. We're still waiting for updates. I just want, like, if these families, I want the families here to also understand that I'm doing the advocacy piece. If there's issues with the exact reimbursement program, it's to contact Angela and you.
Oh, yeah,
So
that's
that's what
fine.
I appreciate. If you can really and explain to them that I'm not taking over anybody's job.
Right,
We're just trying to work across the state because we didn't ask for the draconian changes.
right. They're
Not
developing
one
more guidance. I will
school.
say, just from the PowerPoint I had from the statewide, that OPWG is developing guidance around the annual $3,000 for the reimbursement funds available to the, local advisory councils. The intent is to ensure a consistent approach with spending practices for each advisory council statewide. I don't know if there was anything else regarding reimbursement. Let me see here. I think that was.
That's that was the biggest thing I really, want to say, because I want everyone to understand that we, the advisory councils, there are technically 19 councils. We're like, if it's like this was the school, the New York City Department of Ed, we're the PA. We're like the parent part with the school, like the teachers, it's us, the parents, and we work together. We let you know what issues are coming up with our families whether it comes to reimbursement, which is a family support program, certain after school programs which haven't been on for a while because of COVID, the recreational programs that were very popular, camp. So I just want everybody to understand that. That's what that's the big part I'm talking about.
Dash Henley here from the
Okay. There's also going to be additional updates forthcoming regarding the reimbursement tracker and tracker instructions and instructions for the family reimbursement application. Going to be made a little clearer. Let's see. That's pretty much it. There's going to
Thank
be.
you. I'm sorry. As you know, I carry sometimes 2 to 3 hats, and I am still on my local community board. And they're talking about the proposed changes for the dining out. Those sheds you see around. So I'm just waiting for them to just do the presentation. So I apologize. I'll keep muting. But if anybody has any questions, please let me know. But for now, I'm going to let Chris control everything. Thank you.
Yes, Robin, I'm just gonna ask it. Does anyone have any questions for Robin or Angela at this time regarding this? As Robin, there was a question. Can you repeat what you just said a few minutes ago? What you just said about the
I don't
the
even know.
reimbursement? Because that's what someone was asking me.
I was saying that OPWD is developing guidance around the annual 3,000 reimbursement funds, but that's the funds that are available to the local advisory councils. That's not to the families. That's separate.
No, the other one. There was another one. You're mentioning a training coming up.
A training? Hold on.
Yeah.
Like I said, we didn't receive anything there's going to be additional updates forthcoming regarding instructions for the FSS family reimbursement application.
Yes,
And for the FSS family reimbursement tracker and tracker instructions.
Yeah, that's what the person was saying. Tracker. I made a mistake on that word. I'm still getting used to the word tracking. I'm used to tracking my trains or buses, not tracking my money.
No, okay, I understand that too. And the thing is that we're waiting for, as the statewide has just asked as well as DDAC, they want the instructions and they want to see what we can do to modify or fix the ADM reimbursement so that the agencies can use the money correctly.
Right.
And when we ask for assistance or help, everybody knows exactly what's going on. So that's the issue, but we're waiting. Now, there's two chairs for our statewide. Kathy Nowak is from Staten Island. Gail Pato is from the Broome region. And Gail did a great presentation about how the monies have been spent or what has been done across state. And yes, you can go on the OPWDD website to watch the last statewide meeting, because she's able to, she explains it in a far better way. She's very good at technical. Now, the other important thing I want everyone to know, we do not go against parents who happen to work in the field. They are allowed to be members of our advisory, local as well as statewide, because we know that that's what COI is for, but we also know how important it is that we all can work together.
Excuse me, Madam Chair, there is a person who has a question. David from Senator Roxanne Prasad. Dave, you could
Yes,
mute,
Dave.
please? And Madam Chair, can you please mute yourself so we have no echo?
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't have a question. I just wanted to state that I really appreciate these meetings. I feel like the presentations that you organize are always so informative and the people do a great job. So thank you so much. I do have to move on my calendar today. But thank you.
Not a problem, Dave.
Yeah, I
Roxanne
posted some things in the chat. If anybody's interested in attending events that we have coming up, feel free to get in touch or just show up to the ones that I mentioned that there's no advance registration required. We always love to host the community for all of our free events.
Thank you, Dave. Thank you, Dave. This is Chris. Thank you so much. And we'll see you soon at our next meeting.
Wonderful.
Or
Have a
in
great day.
Brooklyn. Thank you. Does anyone else have any questions for Robin or Angela Blades?
Hi,
Otherwise-
this is Angela. Hi, good
Hi.
morning, everybody. I just wanted to let you know I put my information in the chat. Again, we are the reimbursement agencies. I oversee them, and we do the best we can to make sure that our families get what they need. So if you can continue to send them towards us at angela.blades@opwdd.ny.gov, I would appreciate it so we can keep our families up to date. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you.
Angela, there's a question on the chat. Someone is asking you, how are you doing? It's one of your fan clubs.
Oh, well, I'm hanging in there. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it.
Yes. And Angela, we do had a family was here earlier saying thank you for helping them regarding a reimbursement. So there was a parent here earlier, but she had her computer broke, just went like completely dead. She said she wanted to thank Robin Rooney and Angela Blades. She texted me on my phone. I tell her I will pass the message up.
Well, they're very welcome, and we're glad we could help.
Yes. So I just want to make that clear. So Robin, if you heard me saying that, just want to make clear. I see the head shake. Good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Not a problem. Since no one else has any questions for Angela or Robin, I'm going to move on to the next part of our agenda. And just so everyone know, we will do announcements. If any agencies want to do announcements, we'll do that in the next few minutes. But I do want to remind people, because some of you guys have been getting a little confusing, or I should say, just so everyone know, our Developmental Disability Resource Fair, our next one is April 15th. This will be at the Greenpoint Library. Yes, it's in Greenpoint. And just to let you guys know, there is agencies there. The agency spots are full at this time. If you want to be on that list, you have to be on the waiting list to see what space do I have. As a reminder, agencies who already did respond, thank you. The ones who did not respond, please let me know by the next week. So if you're not going to attend, I can then put that another agency in their spot. As a reminder to everyone, our next one after that will be May 3rd in Coney Island. Please note, in June, we're not doing one because of the Family Support Fair. As of today, June, that would have been Friday. That has now combined to the Family Support Fair, which we agreed to do that one. So the fair can move on as their ultimate one. But we're also doing one in July of celebrating Disability Pride Month. That one will be at Grand Army Plaza Library. All that information will be available later or soon. Right now, the first one coming up is April 15th, which that will be our next resource fair. For the last ones we've been traveling, our attendance has been good. And I say good because as we're just coming back from COVID, we do remind your families and agencies, and Robin can vouch with me, is this. It is extremely important if you cannot get a table, but guess what? Bring your information to the library because each library has information, and Robin is singing the prayers with me. Thank you. No, that's all good, Robin. It's all good. We want to remind you that, as I said this at the day of the event and other meetings, we have an information table. We ask you guys to put your information there. It's there to share because you don't know, the family might want to be interested. It could be training. It could be service openings. It could be anything that you want to information to. That's why elected officials do attend. They put their information on the table. A community board might put something on their table. The main thing is to come, get some information, share information, get to know your fellow community also. We do want to thank also, as I said this again, I know Deborah mentioned it, we want to thank the Brooklyn DD Council helping us out at this time. Once we get the website back to full power, we'll be equal strong with the DD and the advisory. We'll have a strong website together. So please, everyone, try to attend April 15th. It is not that hard to get to because we're near the accessible station and there are buses that go there as well. We ask you to please pass the word out. If you need the leaflet, you can always visit the Brooklyn Public Library or email me and I will forward you the leaflet as well. Does anyone have any questions on that, on the Development Disability Resource Fair? Okay, and just a reminder.
Deborah, I want to just say one thing.
Go ahead.
I really want everyone to be aware that when you if you don't get the table, I know you get upset, but let me tell you, the Brooklyn Public Library, and we have to thank Carrie Banks, who's running Inclusive Services. There's more than 60 branches of this library system in Brooklyn, and they share it with all 60. You're getting free advertisement. It is so important for you to be able, it is part of, technically, it's part of the Family Support contract to do outreach. So we understand, please also understand, this is not, the library's agreed to host. We have to go by their fire codes and how tables are set up. We do love when you all attend. Please have your families come, have anybody you know who needs to get out the information. Even if you don't have the table, you have the information that we hand to Carrie as well as the head librarian of that branch, and it's shared across the system. And that's why I keep imploring this. I also want to say, Andrew, I'm glad to hear you're better. I also want to thank you and Robin for being helpful and supportive because we are trying very hard to make sure we both work together and we're working on the ADM reimbursement program as best as we can. Thank you, Christopher. And anybody else with any questions or announcements, please let Chris know. Raise your hand. Thank you.
Yes, and I'm just going to say this before I ask everyone to get your hands ready. And I do want to thank Ms. Richardson, who's backing me up right now, putting the information about the library. Thank you, Ms. Richardson. It's always good to have a team play. We work together as one.
You're welcome, Christopher.
Before I proceed anything, just to remind everyone, our next advisory meeting is April 16th, the next day, virtual Ring Central. And just to remind everyone, as Deborah mentioned earlier, and I will mention again, our website is not available. Please use the Brooklyn DD Council's website, which does give you the meeting schedule and the link as well. So just want to make that very clear to everyone. Now, I'm going to ask, since we are running now ahead of schedule, which is God bless America, I'm going to ask, does anyone have announcements? Please raise your hand so I know, so I can introduce those people. And trust me, I love the hand raising also. Or do I have to call one by one? Because that's not a trouble with me. And I'll look at my device. Okay, starting with, I'm going to spell her name with Marrissa. Could you please unmute yourself?
I'm unmuted. Can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
Hi, good morning, everyone. My name is Marissa McMillan from AHRC, and I just wanted to announce that we have a few openings for various services. We can provide free evaluations to individuals who are seeking eligibility, and we also have openings for our Nicosia reimbursement fund that awards up to $3,000 to people with developmental disabilities living with families. And I put the information in the chat.
Thank you, Melissa. And sorry, because right now I'm multitasking.
It's Marissa.
Oh, Melissa, sorry.
No.
That's part of my speech.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
Marissa.
Yes. Hi,
Marissa,
Deborah.
hi. We're having a little technical issues also here because they're drilling
It's okay.
and hammering, so I apologize.
No,
but
no
he tried to
apologies.
say your name.
No, I just
Thank
want
you.
the group to know it's Marissa. I often get confused with
Marissa.
Melissa from AHRC. So
Not a problem. Thank you so much.
thank you, everyone.
Yes. Let me get to Sandy Naper.
Hi, how are you? Did you mean Sandy Marrera?
Sandy Naper.
Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Hi, I'm Sandy Naper from ADAPT Community Network, and we are having some exciting webinars coming up very soon. This Thursday, we have Connection Through Play, promoting play with children with developmental disabilities. And it's this Thursday, March 21st, from 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. And then on March 28th, we're having Needs, Wants, Dreams, and Wishes. That's March 28th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Gary Schulman will be our speaker, and I think a lot of you know Gary. And last but not least, on April 4th, we're having Unlocking Possibilities, your guide to OPWDD services and supports. And that's going to be done by our own Kate Gottlieb from Family Connect. We always provide Spanish and Mandarin interpretation for all our webinars. They're all free, but you do have to register. I believe all these things were on the chat. And thanks very much. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you, Sandy. We do have Ms. Richardson from the Brooklyn Public Library's hands up.
Good morning, everybody. I place all our upcoming workshops in the chat. We do have this Saturday. We do have Music for Autism, which is registration, and it's basically going to be in person at the Brooklyn Heights branch. So I did put that in the chat. We also have, I put some of our upcoming programs for April that we have coming up, some which Christopher has already made an announcement. We have Autistic Adult New York City Pours. It's a painting event. That one does need registration. That's going to be April 6th. And on April 13th, we have Arts and Craft with teens. Then we have the Developmental Disability Resource Fair, which Christopher spoke about, which is going to be April 15th at the Greenpoint Library. And then we also have a bilingual English and Spanish Music for Autism concert, which will be on April 27th. And we also have, just want to make sure, the Navigated, the one-to-one with Ruth DeRoma, and that's a phone-in meeting, and that's going to be on April 3rd. And then the other programs are what we call drop-in programs at the different branches that we have, which is Flatlands, Greenpoint Library, Saratoga Library, and Sunset Park. And those are read and play, our after school programs. And we also have ASL programs with Gregor. So all of these information I have already inputted in the chat. If you have any questions, you can let me know. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Christopher.
Not a problem. Lucina Clark from My Time Inc., aka also co-chair of the Legislative Committee of the DD Council.
Good morning, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Happy spring. My name is Lucina Clark. I am the Executive Director and co-founder of My Time Inc., a special place to be for parents of children with autism and other individual, oh my God, developmental disabilities. Also, I got tongue-tied. We are also, as far as the chair, legislative chair, we encourage each parent, as Deborah always says, to reach out to your legislator. And I tell people, do not reach out to your legislator only when time near budget time. Reach out to them anytime. You have to develop a relationship. Let them know who you are, where you live, how can they help you in your community, and what are they doing in legislation for you and your child. It's important. Develop relationships. When time to ask them for something, we have already developed a relationship, so they will not feel bad and they will support us. So it's very good. Find out where. I know Brian always send out some great information, even Chris and Deborah, on who your senator is, who your city council person is, who is your state, or even your assembly person. Just Google it and just put in your zip code or your street address and it will pop up. Just send a little hello, hi, my name is Lucina Clark. I live in your neighborhood. I'm in Canarsie. I know you're my senator or my assembly person. You represent me. Just want you to know I have a beautiful son. You don't want them to know their numbers. You want them to know their faces. Pop in, if your child can go, pop in with a picture so they can see who your child is. So be out there because things are changing. You are fighting for your DSPs. You want to make sure that they're being paid well to come and help you take care of your individual, because you want to be paid well as well. So the person who's helping you with your child, remember, they are human too. They have families just as well. So we want to treat them well so they can treat your children well. And as far as My Time Inc., and also too, we have our meeting the second Wednesday of every month right after Chris and their meeting. Please, it is so good. We had so many people last week on the meeting with the legislative committee, because our aim is to come back and have the legislative branch in person, because every borough has different issues. So it will be so great to do that. And thank you again. Also, we are having April is Autism Awareness Month. We just were so fortunate to acquire a beautiful space with a beautiful terrace. So we are lighting, the background is Manhattan and everything, so gorgeous. We are lighting up our terrace blue. It's 6 p.m. World Autism Awareness Day. It's on April 2nd, Tuesday, right? The day after school opens. And we are lighting it up blue. Also, we're having a beautiful art exhibit. Our new space is like a beautiful art gallery where we are displaying beautiful paintings of our individual with autism or disability. So it is gorgeous. So if you're free at 6 p.m. April 2nd, I just put it here. I forgot to put it April 2nd. I'll send you the flyer, Chris, as well. So you can come out and just celebrate. It's so amazing to celebrate with the families. And second of all, every year we have a breakfast with the chef. And this year we choose people in the community to honor and to represent. And Chris is going to be one of our honorees this year. So we are so excited for Chris to do. Yes, Chris, thank you. We are so happy that because Chris really does a lot for our organization in the sense of informing our parents, especially with that stressor ride and MTA and everything, and brings information about the advisory committee. So at least getting our families involved. We always tell our parents, you must be involved. It is your business. Anybody else's business, but this is your business to make sure you know what's going on and how you can support your children. So I want to thank you all so much. And please join us at the Legislative Committee meeting the second Wednesday of every month at 11, right? Yes, at 11 a.m.
11 o'clock, right after
It
Rose
is
and
your
Debbie's meeting.
voice.
Right after Rose and Debbie's meeting.
Yes. Yes, right after Rose and Debbie's meeting, your voice is important. Please, so join us. Thank you again so much for inviting me, Chris and Deborah, and thank you so much for the amount of information we get that we share with our parents. So thank you.
Thank you,
all.
Lucina.
Lucina, you're very welcome. And please, everybody, try to come to the breakfast. It's not just my son, there's other great advocates that are being honored too. Thank you. All right, Chrissy, who else's needs? I think the lady.
Yes, I know. I was just going to say, Ms. Lee, you can unmute yourself.
Good morning. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Great. My name is Natardia Lisoy. I'm with AHRC in New York City, and I work the intensive training program for the adults who are living with the IDD and have families of their own. We have vacancies, in Brooklyn, and the program assists with advocacy and support, again, with the parents who are living with the IDD and the caregivers, and we help them navigate community services such as the DOE for their children and empower them to self-advocate as well. Thank you. And more information is in the chat, the email, and my phone number to contact us, myself or Annette Spolino.
Thank you, Ms. Lee. And let me just, before I proceed, does anyone else have any announcements they want to say? I know I heard Cusack was here somewhere. If Cusack is here.
Sandy from EHAB has an announcement.
Sandy
Hi,
from EHAB.
Hi, good morning. I'm Sandy from EHAP Human Services. I just wanted to share that, we are a provider of in-home respite, recreational respite, and after-school respite for school-age individuals. We also offer community rehabilitation. We do have day services as well. So if anybody's interested, they can reach out to me. I put my information in the chat for anybody that would like to reach out.
Thank you. Sandy, when you get a chance, please make sure you, somebody's asking, can you please put that in back into the chat again?
Sure, will do.
Thank you so much. Now I'd like to know, is Cusack still here? Because I know she sent me a message.
Yes, can you hear me?
I could definitely hear you.
All right, good. Good morning. It's Serena from Cusack.
You know, this year is 2024. We're not 2023 anymore.
Listen, I was trying to change the name. I do apologize. So yes, it's Serena from Cusack. We have openings for family reimbursement, housing advocacy, and non-Medicaid service coordination. My info should be in the chat box, but I'll share it again. You can reach out to me for anything. Thank you.
And just to let you know, I was just joking with you because I said, if you're trying to challenge Miss 2023, I thought we were in 2024. So I was going to say Miss.
I getcha.
Yeah. Gotta get. Okay, one more time. Does anyone have an announcement? Otherwise, the time is now. And I'm going to repeat one more time. Does anyone have an announcement? And I know Ann is okay. SMX 200, please identify yourself. Do you have an announcement? You can unmute yourself. Okay, since no one has responded back, I am going to just remind everyone, our next meeting is April 16th. Our Development Disability Resource Fair is on April 15th, which is a Monday. Yes. Remind everyone, if you have any questions, you can see on the screen, our phone number is there. We do return calls by the hours of 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., Monday through Friday. If you have questions regarding the Family Support Fair, you can visit the Brooklyn DD Council's website, which is in the bottom, bkddcouncil.org. I am Christopher D. Greif, the Correspondence Secretary, wishing everyone a happy Tuesday and wishing you all a happy Easter, and please enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Meeting is now ended.
Thank you, Christopher. Enjoy the day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Happy Monday.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.